Wow.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it is 8 o'clock and it is Monday, so you know what time it is. Shane,
Wait,
what time is it?
isn't there usually 3 of us?
There's usually 3 of us, but we're running one man light tonight.
Oh, yeah, we are.
I guess our man Bad Blood is feeling a little bit under the weather. He's
Oh,
going to be in the
man.
production booth, but that's fine.
He's
Hope
producing
you
the
get better,
show.
man. If it's not your knee, it's something else. Just
Oh, yes, get better.
a little duct tape and chicken wire, you'll be all right.
Yeah. But it's
But
Monday.
But it's Monday. It is Monday. And so if it's Monday, that means that we're here to talk about the flagship show of WWE, Monday Night Raw.
Oh, man.
And what a night it was.
Full of random shenanigans and all over the place.
Shenanigans would be the word for the
This
night.
Raw was like out of control.
This Raw was out of control. It was in New York. It even ran over a bit. And
by a minute.
And the crowd didn't give a damn about what was happening in the ring. They were more concerned about what they were concerned about. But it's New York. What do you expect?
Oh yeah, it's New York.
So Shane, before we hop into this show that is Monday Night Raw, what's happening on your Twitch channel?
Oh, today I just did my GM on WWE 2K22. And oh boy, people were begging for time off, and I was just like, no.
So are we going to see the debut of the tag team Dummies and Fools?
Oh man, I think the LA Knight DLC is going to come out like later on in the year, probably like around the summertime. But the Mr. T one I think is first with Umaga and Boogeyman. But Dummies and Fools is coming. That's going to be content right there.
Oh, is Umaga going to be downloadable content?
Yes.
Oh, that's nice.
Stacey Keebler, she's also going to be downloadable content.
Of course. What about oh gosh, are they going to have Rikishi as a what do they call themselves? I was about to say 3 count. Is it going to be Rikishi as Dancing Rikishi or as Daddy of the Fatu of the Usos Rikishi?
I think it's just going to be a regular Rikishi.
Is he coming out with a thong?
Yes.
Gotta have the thong. Wouldn't be Rikishi without the thong.
Without the thong. I met Rikishi in real life, actually. He was a very cool dude.
What about Yokozuna?
I never met Yokozuna.
No, I mean, is he downloadable?
Oh yeah, no. He's downloadable. He's gonna be in the game as well. He hasn't been in the wrestling games since 2K14.
Oh wow.
Yes.
That's a long time. Okay. Well, good to see Yokozuna back. Maybe
I remember
he run that Bret Hart versus Yokozuna match without the Hulk Hogan.
Oh yeah, definitely without the Hulk Hogan. The Hulk Hogan thing never happened. It was just a figment of our imagination. I remember when me and my friends were playing the match, and I was Yokozuna. One of them was laying on the announce table, and I grabbed the ladder and I did a big old Yokozuna splash off the ladder through the announce table. And he just like glitched through the crowd and everything. So basically, I'm murdering everyone in the entire first row. Oh my god, lawsuit!
That's probably what would have happened in the first place.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Man, I wish I had the equipment back then to film that. It was pretty funny.
That's pretty cool, man. What else are you playing besides 2K?
There is a horror game that's coming out called The Quarry, and it has David Arquette in it.
Oh, you get to kill David Arquette?
No. Well, I mean, supposedly there are choices, so probably if you choose very carefully, and it's just like a survivor trying to survive the night. And if you're not careful enough, you can have any character die at any given moment. Gotcha. And it will just change out the story drastically.
All right, cool. How do you enjoy Battle of the Belts this weekend?
Other than Sammy winning against Scorpio Sky, it was okay. I wasn't really too fun after Sammy winning.
So I didn't watch the show. For some reason, I was under the impression that it was a pay-per-view event and it was going to be like this multi-hour show. And it wasn't until afterwards where I go, like, wait, this is a 1 hour show. This is like Rampage.
Yeah, that's what I said too. I was like, wait, isn't this like 2 hours? I thought it was 2 hours, but then I saw, oh, only an hour. Okay.
And by Battle of the Belts, I think like only one set of the people showed up with belts.
Yep. And the whole Jonathan Garcia versus Dalton Castle, not what I expected in the AEW thing. I wasn't my favorite match of the night.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy the guys like outside of AEW because they have wrestled before and had good matches before, but this one was just not their best one yet.
Okay. I mean, I'm used to seeing Dalton Castle versus I want to say it was like Jay Lethal. He had quite a few good matches in Ring of Honor. Coming out there with the boys and whatnot. He was very entertaining. He looked like Jack Black to me, but
I watched Dalton Castle live over at Prestige, which by the way that was a fun event to go to over at Prestige. He was in the Defy Championship with Alex Shelley. And all of a sudden, it got turned into like a fatal 4-way match, and it was just crazy from here on out.
Alex Shelley, wow, I haven't heard that in a while.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and jump into it.
Do we really gotta?
Yeah, we gotta. So
can we just end it on a 7-minute early show?
Man, we could probably squeeze this out really fast, just like the way they squeeze it out on us.
Oh yeah.
Open their cheeks and squeeze it out on us.
Let's get out the worst segment of the night, which was the wedding. The fans did not give two shits about it.
None whatsoever. So for those who don't know, the 24/7 title
I-595 European 7-Eleven, whatever,
has culminated to this. Reggie and Dana Brooke ended up becoming a couple. All right, Reggie proposed.
And for a minute, I thought, like, is there a Bischoff writing this?
Dude, I was waiting for Bischoff to come. I posted on Twitter. I was like, hey, is Bischoff going to be the officiant for this wedding?
I was like, did Adam Woods tweet it to Eric Bischoff that, hey, book this thing right here?
And then let the wedding go just 3 minutes too long?
It wasn't really 3 minutes too long. There was no way. After that, I had a hard time just like watching.
If any wedding deserved a 3-minute warning run-in, this one right here.
It's just Rosie and Jamal just splashing everybody, gives no shits whatsoever.
So what started weeks ago as, we thought that Reggie was trying to get a Dana Brooke, and she friend zoned him
twice.
And then he rolls her up and takes the title, and Reggie's running around the 24/7 title, which was the best payoff for that whole.
Once you booked and you called it.
Yeah, it was the best payoff, but they kept on going with it. So you still had Tamina and Tozawa, I guess the last of the 24/7 crew, going after the title, and R-Truth always just like looking off from the boxes or the crowd stand with binoculars, and the whole thing turns into a love angle where Reggie ends up proposing to Dana Brooke.
Yep.
He said yes for some reason. And then Tozawa proposing to Tamina. She said yes for some reason.
Yeah, like why?
Which made no sense whatsoever. So, all right. Fine. So you got Tozawa and Tamina, you get Reggie and Dana Brooke, and they're going to have a double wedding in the ring.
Double wedding, which I'm so glad that did not take place at WrestleMania. Oh my God.
Yeah. This definitely would have to be pre-show.
Oh yeah, definitely pre-show wedding.
And then your officiant is your what do you say? Your marriaging guy is R-Truth.
Yep.
Somehow,
and you called him
minister.
Reverend R-Truth.
Yeah, Reverend Truth, and he does a ceremony. The crowd is not into this.
No. They were chanting, what? they were doing all other chants, and I didn't even.
They were chanting everything except for "Yay," and then it's time for them to for our truth to do the I do's.
No, I
And all of a
do.
sudden, does anybody object? And Tamina says she objects, and she switches Reggie with Tozawa, and you're like, okay, that's really odd.
Like Tozawa looked like he wanted to cry. Like
And,
I don't know.
dude, if I was him, I'd probably want to cry too. And then she switches up again, and she goes and gets with Dana Brooke
And then you
and puts
notice
the
that the
guys
girls in the
together.
back.
And Dana had her hands up like they were about to embrace or something, and the crowd kind of popped for that one. I was like, you dirty bastards.
And then the girls in the back row was like, "Oh yay!"
Yeah. And, and aside from Team BA, because there's no more D,
Yes.
I don't know who these other women were in the back, and they were really, really random.
The only one I know this was very noticeable was Nikki ASH.
Yeah, in a fancy Nikki ASH costume with some feathers on it or something.
Yes, so very weird superhero wedding dress gown.
And so R-Truth does the I do's. Reggie goes to kiss Dana Brooke, and when he kisses her and he lays her on the ground, he rolls her for the 3 count.
That was funny.
Rolls her up and doesn't run and leave. He celebrates in the ring. So of course he gets pinned by Tamina, whose dress is so big she can't manage to get back up. So Tozawa goes under her dress, which yeah.
Not PG.
Yeah.
We don't do any non-PG things anymore.
No more PG, man.
No.
We're getting NXT horny.
Yep.
And he pins Tamina. Of course, he stops to celebrate. And here comes Dana Brooke off the top rope, flying splash. She rolls him up for the pin. She takes the belt, and she escapes from the ring on R-Truth's back.
Which R-Truth should have just like dropped her ass and just get pinfall right there.
If the segment took as long as it took for me to explain it to you, it would have been fine. But this shit dragged out for so long.
3 minutes all it took.
3 minutes too long.
And as you say, you blame The Rock and Mankind for all this long promos and segment.
Man, this was trash. So let's put that trash behind us.
And let's just like
the whole show really revolved around 2 things, and one was the tag team championships, and the other one was Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins, and
Cody Rhodes
having a mystery opponent.
Mystery.
Oh yeah, mystery.
Wasn't Heath Slater? Wasn't Jon Moxley? Who knows?
It was not Heath Slater. That's the shame of it all. Man, talk about a comeback. Talk about a big pop they missed out on.
Man, talk about a big pop in New York, too. New York would have freaking loved it. They would have chant 3 and B and everything.
So, I mean, when Raw started off, Seth Rollins was in the ring. He was talking. Cody Rhodes comes out. They do their back and forth. Of course, the New York crowd is cheering for Cody Rhodes. And so, Rollins is getting mad because the crowd's not behind him. And Rollins says that the only reason Rhodes beat him at Mania is because Rollins didn't have a chance to prepare.
Correct.
Of course. So anyway, Rollins said that he's better than Cody Rhodes in every way, better wrestler than you. This is the WWE is his spot now. And of course the crowd is just like shitting on him for it. And then Rollins presents a challenge to Cody Rhodes and pretty much says, hey, I'm going to pick a surprise opponent for you tonight, and we're going to see what you got. Go ahead and wrestle him.
Wasn't Heath Slater? Who knows?
If it wasn't Heath Slater, who's it going to be? It's not Heath Slater. I'll tell you that much. Yeah. So what do we go to next? Our next segment, our first match to kick off the show is the Women's Tag Team Championship. We have
which still makes no sense to be on because both of them lost all their matches within the coming weeks. of this match.
No, this is how it goes. So, if you're a tag team, another tag team challenges you, and then you two have your individual matches.
And they lost.
1 versus 1, 2 versus 2, 1 versus 2, 2 versus 1, whatever. And then, of course, like the champions or the title holders usually get pinned in those matches. But then you come to this match, which is for the actual tag belts themselves.
Yep.
And this is where, considering how decent the singles matches were and how Naomi was getting rolled up and how Sasha got rolled up and all that, this was pretty cut and dry and quick.
Yeah, it really was. They were doing some
Ripley
pretty
was
cool
going at
double
it.
team moves here and there between
Yeah.
all four of the teams.
And you had Ripley hit the Riptide. They're beating over. I mean, they were beating up on Naomi. Ripley hit the Riptide on both Naomi and Sasha on two separate occasions.
Yep.
I mean, she's coming out here like a beast. I mean, hell, she headlined WrestleMania last year.
Yes, she did.
And was the women's champion. And now this is what she's doing.
With Team Bob.
But then Sasha goes and hits her finisher on Rhea Ripley and gets the win.
Yep. And then what happened afterwards is that Rhea did the whole Batista thing where I thought you were my friend, and she did the finisher, the Riptide on the Liv Morgan, and turned heel.
Yeah, so Liv Morgan is what? She is without a partner yet again.
Oh, man. They're going to just put her in a random tag partner like Nikki ASH. We're just going to call it that.
That would be hilarious. That would be bad, but that'd be hilarious.
It'll be like, oh, we got done by the same partner. How about me and you team up? How about that?
Hey, weren't Liv Morgan and Dana Brooke a team already?
I honestly forgot if that were the case.
They were like the Raw Blondes or something. I don't know.
Raw Blondes.
But they could they could always put them back together.
Yeah, they can.
And of course, Rhea Ripley's now a true heel because, of course, during the interview where they're like, Rhea, why? It's like, oh, don't anybody an explanation.
I don't owe anybody an explanation. And this is the point of the setup where Rhea is gonna join the Wish version of House of Black.
Yeah, the House of Logan.
Yeah, the House of Logan.
As long as they don't call themselves Children of the Night or something like that.
Children of the Night. Oh my God, Children of the Night. A Batman.
Yeah, what isn't that what? Oh no, it was Creatures of the Night.
Creatures of the Night.
Gangrel used to call Edge and Christian his Creatures of the Night.
Yeah, Creatures. Pretty soon we're gonna start hearing Edge doing some Batman promos, and pretty soon he's gonna say, Martha.
If they could slip the Martha reference in there, that actually would work. That'd be pretty funny.
Yeah. But instead, it'll be Beth, and you'll get angry.
Beth. See, that's the bad part about Edge going heel like this. I mean, and that means that Beth has to come back heel. And, I mean, we don't really want to see
dresses up as the same thing.
With the pushed up mohawk and coming out all gothed up, you know?
She also discovered a Hot Topics, and Edge was trying to get her to go to that place.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
I mean, hey, WWE listens to us, so I probably shouldn't say any more than any of this.
It's like, Randy Orton's going to that place. You mean Hot Topic? No,
Hot Topic. Hey, he probably does go to Hot Topic. Who knows? Huh? with Riddle, like, hey, Randy.
I'm sure Riddle goes to Hot Topic. I'm sure Riddle does.
And I'm pretty sure that Randy accidentally offered Riddle some shoes, and Riddle was like, "What are you talking about, bro? I don't wear any shoes."
Yeah, exactly. I don't own shoes anymore.
No.
I don't even wear slides.
No, man, just bare feet all day, every day. All right, now the whole Sonya Deville and Bianca thing. What do you think about that?
So, Sonya Deville dressed impeccably as usual.
Yep.
She's in the ring and she's heard all the complaints about her making herself Bianca Belair's first challenger and putting herself in a spot to be a challenger for the women's title. Blah blah blah. Of course, last week, Sonya Deville low blowed. Not low blow, but
Gave her the
attacked Bianca from behind in the back of the leg and challenged her for the Raw Women's Championship.
Yep.
And Sonya Deville says that she is going to beat Belair in her hometown next week.
In her hometown.
And in Belair's hometown. And at least Belair will have her family there to console her. So,
because she's used to losing titles, right?
Well, I was gonna say, this is WWE in your hometown. You're not necessarily.
And you heard what Sonya said, right? She said she's not a WWE official. She's
Correct.
A competitor. So I'm wondering if they caught that and will rewind that, and I'll just put her out of power, just like that for next week.
Well, they should. I mean, you can't be an official in the ring, so
no.
You gotta be a competitor and kind of take your licks as they come. But still, Bianca Belair hit her with a KOD in the middle of the ring, and left Sonya Deville laying there. And later on, we catch Sonya Deville backstage saying that Bianca Belair needs to be fined.
Needs to be fined.
She needs to be fined. Where's her fine?
With the biggest BST check ever. What up, Jack? How you doing today?
The big EST fine ever.
And then freaking Bianca came in and she was like,
with a crisp $1 bill.
$1 bill.
$1, which means that Sonya Deville might just be on the outs.
Yep. And hey, there are rumors that Paige is back on the roster page, active roster page for WWE, so she might replace Sonya Deville for being WWE official.
Okay.
Which I honestly would not mind that.
That would work out just fine.
Yes, it will.
So, next match of the night, boy, are we talking a classic here. It's going to have them hanging from the rafters.
Oh, my God.
The crowd is going to be electrified. Man,
Dave Meltzer's rated 10 stars.
It's not the Tokyo Dome, but man, it's guaranteed 5 stars or more. Hey, if you are a student of the game, get out your notebook and prepare to take some notes, because tonight we have Veer Mahan versus Jeff Brooks.
Jeff Brooks, local talent. Yep, he's getting.
So, as you can guess, Jeff Brooks didn't really put up too much of a fight here.
Oh, no.
Of course, Jeff Brooks came at Veer. And remember, you don't come at Veer.
Here he comes for you. Yep.
And of course, Jeff Brooks ends up getting the $1 million arm. He gets the the nuts jammed into his back. I mean, what do you call that?
Me, I just saw the single arm camel clutch.
He gets the cervical clutch.
Yeah, cervical clutch. Thank you.
And the submission win. Of course, he doesn't.
That's such a difficult name to say. My God. Name it easy.
Cervical clutch.
Cervical.
Of course, officials run out. Veer, you got to stop this. You got to break it up, and he does. And then he goes right back at it, and they break him off again. And he goes back at it. So
have to choke a bitch, probably. And Rey Mysterio was like, "Hey, I thought you did one of my son." No, I'm not
where is Rey? I thought Rey would have run out.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, ever since the whole Dominic thing, he is scared to fight Veer. And you know what? He has to call an old friend enemy, Bobby Lashley, to help him out.
Bobby got his own problems.
Yeah, but true. But he can still call him and be like, "Hey, I know you taught my son a lesson, but we need your help, Bobby Lashley."
Bobby Lashley, help! Hey, maybe Bobby can be the new APA.
Yeah, true.
He just needs a partner. unless he's one man APA. Ray's going to set up Hoovy to come get some beer. Hey, I would love to see Hoovy.
Hoovy.
Put a nice Hoovy driver. That'd be pretty sweet.
Hoovy driver.
All right, so that is Veer Mahan. Of course, the fans boo him, or they piped in the boos because they want you to believe he's a bad guy.
Because there wasn't really that much movement with the boos.
Did the fans really care that much? I don't know.
No, it's New York, man.
Veer Mahan's beard game is still way too nice for him to be acting like a savage. So I don't know what to tell you there.
If they were to just give us a presentation of Veer from IKEA, I would have been so on board.
You know, a franchise player or something like that.
Yeah. The franchise player, Veer Mahan. Oh my God, nobody has the name of the franchise player. Am I right?
Correct.
Yes, nobody.
You get the new MVP.
Yeah, MVP.
V for Veer.
The franchise player, Veer Mahan, has a nice ring to it.
All right, it's time for us to go to commercial.
From the IKEAs.
Time to hear a word from Big D's Barbershop.
Oh, yes. What show are you giving?
And commercial break.
Commercial break. Is that... No, he's just like, nah.
No.
Not for you guys.
Somebody sleep at the wheel.
Drive me insane! All these rules are lame, have been taking all the fun out! Drive me insane! All these rules are lame, have been taking all the fun out! Drive me insane! All these rules...
You want to get your hair cut, you go get your hair cut right. You head down to Big D's Barbershop. Big D's Barbershop, Vancouver, Washington's best and brightest. 1019 Main Street, Vancouver, Washington, where you can go get your hair lined up, cuts, fades, shampoos, conditions, and all the great things that go with supporting a local barbershop in a local business area. You can also reach them online at www.bigdsbarbershop.com. Go get your haircut right.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
And we are back from commercial.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, we're stuck in the Matrix. There actually was no commercial. That was just me and Shane doing hand puppets. Looking really good. Hand puppets. We've got a great FX budget on the show.
Get a haircut today.
Yes. Big D's actually next door. We're just filming her. Dude, so this next segment actually had everything that you really wanted from a sports entertainment segment.
Man, I feel like I was back in 2003 of the whole Captain America thing.
Oh, man, exactly. I mean, so...
I was just a little kid just watching. Like, man, I don't even know who freaking Captain America is. He looks so much like Hulk Hogan. Like, I don't even know.
For the people in the cheap seats not paying attention, a couple weeks ago, a new character debuted on Raw, actually on the Raw after WrestleMania, by the name of Ezekiel, and he claims to be Elias's younger brother.
Just like how I claim to be Shane McMahon's twin brother. I don't know where they got it from.
Now, I would say clearly this is Elias with his beard shaved off.
I don't know. It doesn't look like Elias.
They could be the Hebners. He could have a twin brother. And I think we all feel really foolish if Elias all this time really did have a twin brother.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't really want to rule it out. I mean, I know I really should, but we'll leave the door open for that opportunity.
Twin magic.
That's right, twin magic.
Twin magic.
So as soon as Ezekiel came out a couple weeks ago, Kevin Owens is like, bullshit, you're not Ezekiel, you're Elias. What are you talking
You're a
about?
liar.
He's like,
And I hate liars. Quit lying.
I'm Elias' younger brother. So I don't know. Maybe it's part of Kevin Owens' new contract where he just gets as much TV time as possible.
Man, he's going to get so much TV time.
A lot of TV time.
I mean, I love it.
This dude has been on pay-per-views. He's been on like so many segments. So his paycheck
is like that big.
Him and Sammy, man. Sammy's getting some good TV time too.
Hey, man, friends forever get paid together.
That's right. Hey, man, they probably got their contracts signed at the same time.
Same time and get paid at the exact same amount.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because, they wouldn't have it any other way.
Nope.
So, Kevin Owens says that Ezekiel's a liar and he's going to prove it. So, what do we have here? We have a ring.
A ring.
We have a table.
A table.
We have a lie detector.
Well, by the way, computerized.
It's computerized.
Not when back in the day in 2003 where they actually had an actual lie detector test.
Yeah, not with the guy with the pen and the marker. No, this is all computerized. It's high tech. It's so high tech.
It
requires the smartest guy in WWE to run it.
The man
that
with
would
the
be Chad Gable.
Mr.
4.0 himself.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
So Chad Gable, in a pair of Gable glasses, because you're not smart enough to run a lie detector test.
Right.
You got a pair of these. And Kevin Owens is the one asking the questions. So Kevin Owens is so hot to prove that Ezekiel is really Elias. When Chad Gable's asking his baseline questions, like, "Hey," he said, I need to answer this question truthfully. Is the sky blue? He goes, yes. And then he says, "Is it 8:00?"
No, he said, "Is it Monday?"
Or is it Monday?
And Ezekiel's like, "No." And Owen was like, "Ha! I knew you were a liar." And then Gable was like, "Yes, because I told him to."
You're supposed to lie.
Sit down.
So now we get to the next question. Is your name really Ezekiel?
And he paused.
And he pauses. Moment. He pauses in the "oh crap, you caught me" expression on his face. Yes. And he goes, "Oh, he's lying. What does it say?" And he goes, "Nope, says he's telling the truth."
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Okay, I got him. Do you have an older brother by the name of Elias?" And he does the pause again. And he goes, "Yes."
Yes.
And of course, Chad Gable's like, says he's telling the truth. So Kevin Owens accuses Chad Gable of asking the wrong questions. He's like, "Hey, is this guy paying you more than I am?"
150 Canadian dollars.
Yeah. 150 Canadian dollars. And he said that's good money, which was hilarious. He also called Buffalo the armpit for Canada.
The armpit for Canada.
Yeah. So that, of course, made the New York crowd really pissed off. So Kevin Owens gets mad.
Not only that, Gable asked the question about Gable Stevenson.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah. Which was funny. It was funny that they slipped it in there. So I guess that feud is going to continue.
Oh, the landfill.
And Ezekiel said that he's so excited to have his first match here tonight on Raw.
So excited.
And Kevin Owens gets mad. Kevin Owens calls Buffalo the landfill for Canada. And
also Ezekiel said, "Who wants to speak with Ezekiel?"
That was the worst. That was like, you go from walk with Elias to speak with Ezekiel. That is just like the worst catchphrase. And the crowd just booed him for it. Like, this is trash. So,
New
Zeke's
York just booed everything today.
oh, dude, New York booed everything.
They're a harsh wrestling crowd.
I mean,
don't want
they
it.
might as well. They could have been in Philly. They could have been in Chicago. They just
True.
the fans there are just savage.
Just straight up.
So Ezekiel, Big Zeke, whatever you want to call him, has a stare down with Kevin Owens, and Kevin Owens is like, "Fuck this, I'm out of here," and he leaves. And then, of course, Chad Gable attacks him from behind. And so we go to Ezekiel's very first WWE
Very
match.
first match, which was caused as ended in some shenanigans.
What do you mean shenanigans?
Otis hit Ezekiel out of nowhere.
That's the best finish you could have for this match.
Oh yeah, and still Ezekiel wins and he is undefeated.
So so according to the records in WWE, Ezekiel is now 1-0.
1-0.
And he won by disqualification. Yes, because Zeke went for an ankle lock.
Some weird ankle lock, yeah.
Yeah, which is what. So let me see. Elias's signature move was the crossroads, wasn't it?
It was kind of like JV slap drop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we didn't get any of Elias's signature moves or typical moves here, like to taunt the crowd or anything.
No.
And so Zeke went for an ankle lock, and Otis attacks him from behind, beats up Zeke, and the fans booed, and of course, Zeke gets his first win. I will give this match a 1.
Yeah, 1.
And it's a 1 because we got to see Otis.
It's almost like he's a new person. Really? I had no idea. I thought he was just there. I thought he was Elias. Who knows?
Yeah. He was there. He's ready. It's
Yep.
his heater. That's the Vader to his Harley race, if you will.
Yep.
Hey, speaking of managers and Harley race, our man, LA Knight, has been doing the manager role in dark matches. Yeah, dummy.
Yeah.
I think he'll get over great as a manager, as a mouthpiece.
I understand why, but I really hate the way WWE do that. Why repackage something that doesn't need to be repackaged?
So Shane, who do you see being in LA Knight's stable?
LA Knight stable, the Knight model management. Oh man, if he could hire Mr. T to have dummies and fools in real life, I'd be all for it.
So in Knight Rider, wasn't it the Knight Foundation or something?
Yeah, that Knight Foundation.
Okay, so they couldn't call it.
They couldn't do that because of copyrights.
Yeah. So I want to say in the dark match, his protege or his
I want to say Mace because Mace also been repackaged.
Yeah. Is Mace going to be repackaged?
It was confirmed that
repackaged Mace. You could put Mace and T-Bar back together.
Ezekiel in it.
And get legit tag team out of them.
Yes.
I think LA Knight would make a great mouthpiece, and also he could do the in-ring stuff. He could take bumps. He can fight whoever's trying to come after him. So that might work in the short term.
He could be the new Paul Heyman of the management game.
Maybe he can enlist Liv Morgan or somebody who needs representation.
Yeah. Mandy Rhodes. I was to say Asuka probably. She's not doing anything.
Asuka don't need him.
No.
Bailey doesn't need him for sure.
No.
But I mean, there's a few people out there kind of floundering around who could maybe we'll get maybe he'll put together all of the old Retribution people, and we'll get Shotzi and we'll get Mason T-Bar, and I don't know.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be the next version of Robert Stone, aka Robbie E.
Robbie E.
Yep.
Jim, was it Jim Tan Laundry?
Hey man, maybe he could be the one to reunite 3MB. Night model management business.
That'll never happen. Uh, yeah, they're way too highbrow for him. They don't need a manager. Only manager they need is Hornswoggle.
Hornswoggle. Yeah. Oh man. Hey, you know what we should do? We should react to the WLC match on here.
Oh man, the WLC was fantastic.
That was great. I
that
was
was
having
another
a
one of those
lot of
matches
fun.
that was way better than it ever should have been.
Man, if that would have like main evented that Extreme Rules, everybody would have went home happy.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's the whole thing. That was like was it an opener or was it the?
It was a pre-show. It was a
pre-show.
pre-show.
Yeah, it was a pre-show, and the match was hot. It was
It
hot
was
as hell.
really good. It was so ridiculous, and nobody knew that they needed it until now.
Nobody saw it coming. Then
No.
there it was.
Should have won match of the year that time.
That was great. So next up, we get another match, and this
Non-title.
is your Raw Tag Team Champions, RK
yeah.
Bro versus the Street Profits. So
After the last week's Usos versus Street Profits match, which was really good.
For those who don't know, the Usos are they have been commissioned by our tribal chief at the head of the table, the leader of the bloodline, Roman Reigns, your Universal Champion and World Heavyweight Champion.
Acknowledge.
Put up the ones.
Put up the one.
He has commissioned them to unify the tag team championships. So they came out and they threw down the gauntlet last week on Raw. And one of the Usos lost to Riddle on SmackDown. I thought we were going to get Randy Orton versus the other Uso tonight, but that didn't happen. So instead, we get the Street Profits.
Wrestling news with the 100
RK Bro.
emoji.
Throw up the ones.
One.
I guess the Usos didn't want to work that hard this week.
Nah. I like that logo, by the way.
You like what?
I like the Wrestling News logo.
Yes, I like the ones emoji.
Yes.
The ones. So.
And also, Randy Orton called them bitches. So you know what that means? That starts off with you.
Well, here's our first red flag of the night. It's a non-title match.
Non-title.
So that means what?
Well, I mean, they didn't really say it was championship contenders.
Yeah, but they made it a non-title match. So
non-title. So
the way WWE books, that means that the champs are going to take a L.
Oh yeah,
and that is exactly what happened.
50-50 booking.
50-50 booking.
So by next week, the Street Profits gonna be like, hey, we also pinned the champion, so we should be added to the WrestleMania Backlash match to make it a triple threat match for the Unified Tag Team Champion. I'm pulling the Babylon here, by the way, predicting.
So what you're predicting possibly is that we're going to have a tag team three-way match
at
Backlash.
Oh, yes.
For the unification of the tag team championships. And we could possibly see the Street Profits coming out as unified tag team champions.
Unified tag team champion with the most heelish victory ever.
Or could we see what looks like the Street Profits getting the pin and then an Uso rolling in and stealing one?
Stealing one.
Or
maybe it will be a double pin and one tag team partner will have to team with the other.
Oh, don't make it too complicated.
Don't make it too complicated.
That would just be horrible.
Just like how China and Jericho had to hold the Intercontinental Champion at the very same time.
Co-champions, yeah.
Co-champions.
So, Dawkins and his partner go ahead and they do the usual tag team moves.
Riddle turns on Randy? I don't know. I cannot see Riddle as a heel. It would just be weird.
Something egregious would really have to happen for Riddle to become a heel.
Like Street Profits will be like saying, "Hey, Randy been talking all this shit behind your back,
You know, Randy talking shit about her, man. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Uso will be like, yeah, he's just saying this. We got your back, man. Whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, Riddle can start talking about how Randy's not doing the puff puff give, and he's just hogging the blunt for himself.
Hogging the blunt for himself. Yes, folks, Black Bull. And like, Randy, why would you do that, man?
Randy, you're supposed to share, man.
You're supposed to
pass it
share,
around.
man.
Don't be Bogarting the weed, bro.
Bro, oh sorry, you Riddle. It's just like I didn't know I had it in my head, man.
So Dawkins goes ahead and he drop kicks Orton off the apron, and then Dawkins puts Riddle on his shoulders, and they hit the blockbuster.
A blockbuster.
You get a pin.
A pin.
And we have the Street Profits back in semi-contendership for the tag team title. They've got a claim for it. They beat the champs.
Or just gonna put them in the title match because it's WWE. That's how they do.
Or just to stir it up.
Stir it up. And then we get Hocus Pocus with AJ Styles and House of Black ripoffs.
You said Hocus Pocus, and I'm just like,
nobody does Hocus Pocus better than The Fiend, Kane, and Undertaker, man.
Hey, with those guys gone, I don't want to see any teleporting.
Seriously, the Hocus Pocus
anybody summoning lightning. I don't want to see anybody making fire come out the ring post. That is Kane.
I just threw my hands with lightning. That means I should have shot lightning throughout your webcam to make your fingers fall off the shelves.
We do not need to see that at all.
No, we do not. Why did they have to release the Fiend, man? Every damn time. This always happens.
I know. Maybe it's just time for him to come back. Maybe they're making a case for the Fiend to make his return.
Probably. If that's the case, I will be happy, but also a stupid way to bring him back.
So this is what should happen. In his last act as an in-ring competitor for WWE, Kushida should hop in the DeLorean, go back in time, get Bray Wyatt, drop him off, and then be like, I'm out. I'm done.
Oh, like a multiverse thing.
Whole multiverse thing, man. Just pick Bray Wyatt out
the Hey, man, there should be an actual multiverse champion, where everybody from everywhere should just come in and wrestle for the belt.
Where you can do variations of your gimmick?
Yes.
I like that idea.
Yes. The multiverse championship.
Where you get pinned and then you go in the back and you come back at your other gimmick?
Yes.
They need the Godfather for sure.
They need the Godfather.
Mick Foley.
The
Good Father, Papa Shango, Kama.
Papa Shango, anybody. Isaac Yankum.
Isaac Yankum. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Man.
Undertaker, Biker Taker.
Mark Calloway from WCW.
Yeah, Mark Calloway. Regular, just Reverend Mark Calloway from the Hall of Fame.
Oh, yes.
And then, of course, you got Seth Rollins as the Monday Night Messiah.
Oh, OVW Batista.
King of Drip, Tyler Black.
Yes.
Shield Seth Rollins.
Prototype, Peacemaker.
Dude, it would be like action figures waiting to happen.
Oh, yes, definitely. All right, and then we got the United States Championship match. $4.
We're having an actual championship defended on Raw.
An actual? We had
two and it is Finn Balor versus Theory.
Now, we can't really know that Sami Zayn and El Generico is the same person. This has been discussed many times.
El Generico is in Mexico helping out orphanages.
Raising the orphanage. Bobby Lashley can come in on certain days,
And choking out kids.
Choking out kids. All right, kid, you better be good. Well, El Generico goes to another multiverse. I'm going to put you in the Hurt Lock.
You could have the Hurt Business, then you could have the Gold Standard, Shelton Benjamin.
Shelton Benjamin's mama.
All-American Shelton Benjamin.
Yes, that will be hilarious. But yeah, for Finn Balor, am I right?
So yeah, so Finn fights Theory. I'm wondering, speaking of Hocus Pocus, are we going to get the Demon versus Theory?
That depends. Is the top turnbuckle going to stay intact?
You know, I think that was Drew McIntyre. I think he was off camera, and they didn't show him cut the
Oh yeah,
rope with the
he's
sword.
like, oh no, I cut the sword with the rope. I'm sorry, Balor.
I did it for The Rock.
I did it for Roman.
So Balor and Theory they have a nice match. A
They
lot of
did.
back
They
and
had a nice,
forth,
decent match. And then what happened?
false pins. I must say false fall counts. That just didn't come out right. Balor hit the jawbreaker. He hit the hanging neck breaker off the rope. Plenty of drop kicks and just like plenty of ground attacks.
Yes.
Finn with his aerial moves, and Theory hits a side slam. Finn Balor hits a DDT. But Balor, he rolls up Theory and stomps him. But then Theory ends up leaving the ring, takes a powder. Finn Balor chases him outside, takes him down outside the ring. They get back in the ring. Balor goes for the coup de grace, and he gets stunned after landing on his feet.
Yep.
And then Theory catches him with the ATL and picks up the win.
And right after, when he pinned him, they said the entire Raw roster came out to help Theory celebrate. The amount of guys that they have left that they did not release is what they're trying to say.
Yeah. And then, of course, what happens?
Mr. McMahon came out.
No chance. The music hits.
And just the thing, this all started on the beautiful friendship because of an egg.
Because of his name. It was wrong, Austin.
Yeah. Well, also that and an egg. That was very golden.
So here you thought Mr. McMahon maybe was going to do some shenanigans, but he didn't.
No.
He shook his hand, took selfies with him, and really helped Theory celebrate.
And this right here, like, is telling me that, okay, because there's no shenanigans going on with Theory and Mr. McMahon right now, this is telling me that Theory is going to become the next Universal Champion in the future.
I can see that.
Yeah.
So next, we get a backstage segment with Seth Rollins, and he's walking around, and of course he gets the mysterious phone call about who's going to be Cody's mystery opponent for the night. Who's it going to be? Who? We'll find out later.
Austin Creed?
Yeah, he wishes. Yeah, so then we got the wedding segment. Bobby Lashley does a backstage segment. And then, of course, MVP comes out with Omos, his Colossus. And Omos has on his Omos jacket. And this is the part that I found really funny. Omos comes out for the interview with his hands taped up. And I'm like, but you're not wrestling tonight. What are you doing?
No, he's not. Did you wrestle on main event?
He just walks around with his hands taped up.
All the time, just in case.
Just in case. Stays ready.
Yep.
In case somebody starts some shit, he's ready to go.
Oh, yes. And then they announced an arm wrestling contest between Bobby Lashley and Omos. I'm like, what is this? 2008 with Mark Henry and John Cena?
So, once again,
rehashing old storylines. Like, come on, man.
So, what have we seen in the ring? We've seen arm wrestling contests. We've seen pose downs. We've seen push-up contests.
Push-ups.
We've seen
a spelling bee not that long ago. Scooter race.
I was actually going for physical, like things that don't belong in the ring.
Scooter race is physical.
We had a lie detector test.
Yeah, lie detector test. There's so much stupid and silly things that WWE did over the years. Hard to keep track.
we all know that when things happen in the ring that are not wrestling specifically, something bad happens.
Shenanigans.
So we know that Omos and Bobby Lashley are going to end up with some sort of brawl. I'm guessing that Bobby Lashley is going to take the worst of it.
Yeah. Poor Andrew Franklin.
Yeah, we don't know where Shelton Benjamin and
Cedric.
Yeah.
Well, they were helping Theory celebrate. They were having a party. And
So
for
it's
this
still
will be the
heels.
time where, again, the Hurt Business is going to reunite and help Lashley take down Omos in a 3-on-1 match.
Maybe. Last time we saw the Hurt Business and Lashley, they were attacking him for no reason.
Yeah, for no reason.
Well, no,
Thank you,
sorry,
Wrestling
no.
News.
The Hurt Business actually came out and attacked Brock Lesnar.
Goldberg.
And they got, was it Goldberg? Yeah, they got
Yes.
smashed. And they got smashed.
Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, they got smashed quickly, which is a shame.
Now, just like Viking Raiders never got their tag title match.
Just like the Viking Raiders.
Oh,
Those guys.
Poor guys. Who did they piss off? What did Triple H ever done to deserve this?
They made somebody mad. Tell you.
They need to dish the Viking gimmick.
And do what?
Just do something. Because obviously they're being tortured for something.
Be more real at who they are? Like
two
home improvement guys? I don't know. What?
Yeah.
Selling insurance?
Yes, sell insurance. Be like Los Matadores, but
selling timeshares. What's it? Insurance instead. Maybe they sell extended auto warranties. How about that?
Extended auto warranties.
They'll make them real heels for real.
Trying to sell log in the cabins,
So the time for talking's over.
It's time
for the main event.
For the main event. Since Babylon's not here, we can say that.
Yes. And we get Cody Rhodes versus a mystery partner.
Who?
And of course, Seth Rollins is out here to do his introduction. So the funny part was this. Immediately after the wedding segment, when Cody Rhodes' theme plays, and you're going from straight up sports entertainment to it's supposed to be wrestling. It's the son of a plumber. So, we're gonna put some pride back in the ring, some pride back in pro wrestling. So we go from this wedding crap to Cody Rhodes. And Seth Rollins is out. He introduces the mystery opponent, who is not a liar. He's a man of integrity. He's a former champion.
And at first, I was waiting for a do or something because he said world champion. I was like, oh shit, he's gonna get buried by John Cena real quick.
No, you got no do. It was Kevin Owens. Again, more screen time.
More screen time. Dude, he is getting paid like there's no tomorrow. By Kevin
My
Owens.
man is going to be the face of Raw. Next thing you know,
he's the face of. Well, I mean, he kind of already is the face of Raw with how much time he's been on there.
Yeah.
Even though he's a heel, but right now he's a tweener. He doesn't. We don't know what he is.
So what we get here is a really good match.
Yes, very good.
These two actually had a dark match last week on Raw, where Kevin Owens super kicked Cody Rhodes and then did a Young Bucks pose.
But he didn't do the Young Bucks pose. Not in this one.
You said he didn't?
No.
What did he do?
Not in this one that I saw.
Oh, not tonight. No.
Yeah, no, not tonight.
The one that I saw from the dark match after the show segment.
Yeah, after the show, that one he did the Young Bucks pose.
And so we're getting a lot of really good, some suplexes. We're going for, Owen went for a swanton bomb, which is really crazy. But he landed on Cody Rhodes' knees. They're both going for their signature moves. Owens, of course, goes for the tadpole, the bullfrog frog splash.
Bullfrog splash.
And he also goes from the swanton. Cody, Cody's of course got in all of his offense. He does hit a tackle through the announce table, or I should say over the announce table. And as this match really starts to heat up, we get Seth Rollins out again.
Oh man, and Seth Rollins is getting a lot of screen time too. Him and Kevin Owens.
So we're having a really good match, and then
Yes.
out comes Seth Rollins to interfere. And he's yelling at Rollins, or he's yelling at Kevin Owens. He's just, there to put his 2 cents in. And Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins is motivating him, giving him some motivational tips and hints and tips, like get your fat ass back in the ring, things like that.
And then Kevin Owens was like, "What'd you say?"
And Kevin's like, "You know what? Fuck this. I'm out of here." And he leaves.
This is your problem. This ain't my problem. I got my own problem.
Yeah. So he leaves. So Cody Rhodes wins by countout.
And also Cody Rhodes is undefeated in WWE.
Cody Rhodes is also undefeated in WWE on televised matches.
Since his return, I should say.
And so, after the match, Cody Rhodes is posing on the top rope to appease the fans, and Seth Rollins kicks the shit out of him and knocks him off the top rope down to the floor.
It didn't look like he kicked him. It looked like he just straight up shoved him.
Yeah, he went flying.
At least he wasn't like RVD and just bend his neck.
Yeah, Cody Rhodes looked like he took a hell of a bump coming off that top turnbuckle.
Oh yeah.
And that's how the show goes off the air. So Rollins is still a heel. Cody Rhodes is the babyface.
The biggest
babyface. All set up. So we're gonna have our WrestleMania rewind at Backlash. So we're gonna get Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins again.
Which should be good, better than the first.
Yes, because he's had time to prepare.
Oh yeah. All right. Is that time again? So if the graphic would pop up, Julian, where can they watch us?
Okay, no graphic. So if you're in the Portland, Oregon area and you're watching us on TV, because you don't want YouTube, you don't want Instagram, you don't like Facebook, you don't like Twitter, you just insist on watching us on TV.
I mean, Twitter's kind of toxic,
You can catch us 3 times a week. 3 times. Only in the Portland, Oregon area. And the first time will be on Mondays at 9:00 on channel
8002.
23 Xfinity TV and channel 8003 CenturyLink TV, or Tuesdays at 9:30 at Tuesdays 9:30 on channel 22 CenturyLink TV and channel 8002 CenturyLink TV. Sorry, Xfinity TV and CenturyLink TV.
Yeah,
might have those dates reversed. Those channels reversed. But definitely on Wednesdays, they can catch us at 9:30 on both channel 11, CenturyLink TV, and Xfinity TV.
Yeah.
Why am I channel mixed up? That's amazing.
Wow.
But guess what?
What?
If you're watching this online, you should be hitting click like.
Yes.
You should be subscribing. You should be going to Snapchats, bodyslam.net, and you should be using your Venmo,
Cash App,
PayPal, all that.
PayPal.
He says, "You guys ready?" Yeah, we're ready. Slam chats.
We are definitely ready.
Because we never slam chat.
Oh man. And if you want to watch, listen to us, or watch,